Before we jump into today's story, let me ask you something. When you think of America's team, what comes to mind? Is it the Super Bowl victories, the star-studded roster, or maybe it's something even bigger, something about the way the Dallas Cowboys have captured the hearts of millions, transcending the sport itself? Since 1960, no team has been as polarizing, as beloved, or as controversial as the Cowboys. But how did they earn this legendary title? And why do fans and haters still hold on to it so fiercely? From humble beginnings to NFL dominance, from heartbreaks to triumphs, this is the story of how the Cowboys became an enduring symbol of American football. So grab your helmet and get ready for a wild ride through the history of one of the greatest teams in the NFL. But before we dive in, do me a quick favor. If you're a true football fan or love epic sports stories, hit that subscribe button and smash the notification bell. We've got some amazing content lined up that you won't want to miss, and trust me, you'll want to be the first to know. The Cowboys' early history. Back in 1960, the Dallas Cowboys weren't the juggernaut we know today. In fact, they weren't even close. As the NFL's first ever expansion team, the Cowboys faced an uphill battle. Their inaugural season was rough, finishing with a winless 11-1 record. It was a dismal start, and many wondered if the Cowboys would ever find their footing. But behind the scenes, the pieces were quietly falling into place, and what started as a rough patch would soon evolve into one of the greatest turnarounds in sports history. At the helm was Tom Landry, a coach with a vision. Known for his iconic fedora and stone-cold demeanor, Landry's innovative approach to the game, especially his creation of the flex defense, was revolutionary. He wasn't just building a team, he was laying the foundation for a dynasty. While the Cowboys struggled on the field, Landry's plans were already reshaping the franchise. Slowly but surely, the Cowboys began to improve. They drafted wisely, bringing in future legends like Roger Staubach, the Navy veteran who would eventually lead the team to glory, and Bob Lilly, who became the cornerstone of their defense. The Cowboys also added other key pieces, players like Don Meredith, who became the face of the franchise, and Mel Renfro, whose skills made him a defensive powerhouse. By the mid-1960s, the Cowboys were no longer an afterthought. They became perennial playoff contenders, and fans started to take notice. The team was turning heads with not just their winning ways, but their unique identity. The seeds of greatness were planted, but no one could have predicted just how dominant this team would become. As the Cowboys clawed their way to the top, their style, swagger, and skill set them apart. The NFL had never seen anything quite like them. Rise to America's team status. The Dallas Cowboys didn't just become America's team by accident. In the 1970s, the franchise reached a level of dominance that cemented their place in NFL history. It wasn't just about the wins, though there were plenty of those. Under Tom Landry's leadership, the Cowboys had become a well-oiled machine, consistently making deep playoff runs. Between 1970 and 1978, they appeared in 5 Super Bowls, winning 2. This period of success put them in the national spotlight, but something else helped solidify their larger-than-life persona: branding. In 1978, Bob Ryan, a network television executive, coined the phrase "America's team" during an NFL highlight reel. He noticed that regardless of where the Cowboys played, there were always Cowboys fans in the stands. Whether it was a home game in Texas or an away game thousands of miles away, the Cowboys had a national following. Ryan believed that the Cowboys' success, combined with their widespread fan base, made them more than just a local team. They belonged to the entire country. And with that, the title America's Team was born. The nickname stuck. The Cowboys became more than just a football team. They became a brand. Their iconic blue star logo was instantly recognizable. The team's polished image, disciplined play, and frequent appearances on national television turned them into media darlings. And let's not forget the cheerleaders. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, with their glamorous outfits and high-energy performances, became cultural icons in their own right, further boosting the team's visibility and appeal. Throughout the 1970s and into the 1980s, the Cowboys represented a certain ideal: hard work, success, and a kind of Texas swagger that resonated with fans across the country. The combination of on-field success, charismatic players like Roger Staubach and Tony Dorsett, and a brand that seemed larger than life ensured that the Cowboys' fan base extended far beyond Texas. They weren't just the Dallas Cowboys anymore. They were America's team. Modern legacy and recent challenges. The Cowboys' reign as the NFL's dominant force wasn't without its challenges. After the glory days of the 1970s and early 1980s, the team faced a rough patch. By the late 80s, the Cowboys were struggling, leading to the dismissal of Tom Landry in 1989, an era-defining moment that shocked the fan base. In came Jerry Jones, the team's new owner, who made waves by hiring Jimmy Johnson as head coach. Together, they quickly turned the franchise around. Under Johnson's leadership, and with young stars like Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and Michael Irvin, the Cowboys captured 3 Super Bowl titles in the 1990s. But after their 1995 Super Bowl victory, the Cowboys have struggled to reach the same heights. While still maintaining a loyal fan base and remaining one of the most valuable franchises in sports, consistent playoff success has eluded them in the 21st century. The team has cycled through coaches, quarterbacks, and front office controversies. Yet, despite these struggles, the Cowboys remain a cultural force. Stars like Tony Romo and Ezekiel Elliott, and more recently Dak Prescott, have kept the team relevant, even if the ultimate prize, a Super Bowl, hasn't come their way in over 2 decades. Despite the ups and downs, the Cowboys continue to be a team that fans love, or love to hate. And that's the story of the Dallas Cowboys, an NFL franchise that went from humble beginnings to becoming America's team. From Super Bowl wins to heartbreaking losses, the Cowboys' journey is a testament to the resilience and passion that define the sport of football. Whether you're a die-hard Cowboys fan or one of the many who loves to root against them, there's no denying their impact on the game and their place in NFL history. Now, before you go, we want to hear from you. What's your favorite moment in Cowboys history? Do you think they'll capture another Super Bowl title soon? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let's get the debate going. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with other football fans. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. We've got more amazing content coming your way, including a deep dive into the Cowboys' legendary rivalries and a prediction contest for next season. So stay tuned.